Shalom Akim, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, doing the work in truth and sincerity. I'm going to read this whole article, title first. Wealthy white couple allegedly kept their black adopted children as slaves, locked them in a barn, report. A wealthy white West Virginia couple forced their adopted black children to work as slaves and sleep in a barn, according to disturbing charges. Donald Ray Lance, 63, and Janine K. Whitefeather, 62, pleaded not guilty to more than a dozen new charges on Tuesday after two teens were found locked in a crumbling shed in ratty clothing, Metro News reported. And this is them. This is the shed that they had the black children locked up in. Lance and Whitefeather were arrested in October after a wellness check led to the discovery of the couple's 5 adopted children, aged 6, 9, 11, 14, and 16, living in deplorable conditions on their Sissonville property. The indictment, which Kanawha County Circuit Judge Mary Claire Akers said was one of the worst she's ever seen, alleges the adopted children were forced to work on the couple's farmland because of their race. It alleges human trafficking, human rights violation, and used forced labor, Akers told the court. This is inside the barn, inside the shed. Human rights violations specific to the fact that the children were targeted because of their race, and they were used basically as slaves from the indictment alleges. The couple faces numerous charges, including human trafficking of a minor child, use of a minor child in forced labor, and child neglect, creating substantial risk of serious bodily injury or death. Whitefeather and Lance were arrested after a child welfare call by a neighbor claimed 2 teenagers were being locked in the shed at the couple's Sissonville home, according to a court filing, WCHS reported. Neighbors also reported that the children were forced to perform farm labor and were not permitted inside the residence, the filing stated. So the black children weren't permitted inside the main house. Police found a 14-year-old black boy and a 16-year-old black girl locked in the shed. Inside was a small RV porta potty, but no lights or running water. One of the teens told police they had been locked in the barn for 12 hours when they were last fed. The two said the couple forced them to sleep on the concrete floor without any mattress. They both wore dirty clothes and smelled like body odor, police noted, according to the file. What they haven't mentioned is they didn't have no sheets or blankets either. The girl wore shoes while the 14-year-old boy had open sores on his bare feet, court documents said. A 9-year-old girl was found in the house. A 9-year-old white girl was found inside the main residence. 3 hours later, Lance arrived with an 11-year-old white boy. Whitefeather soon followed with a 6-year-old white girl who been with acquaintances. Whitefeather told deputies that the 2 teens were locked in the outbuilding, but claimed they liked it and called it a clubhouse. And this is the whole view of the inside of the barn. Mind you, it didn't have no lights, and this is the porta potty, on the left-hand side of the door, And this is what they had to sleep on, just straight up concrete. The children described ongoing abuses at the West Virginian home and their parents' other Slovakia. The children described ongoing abuses at the West Virginia home and their parents' other residents in Washington state. Prosecutors also said that they have evidence the couple moved from Washington after they learned they were under investigation for abuse and neglect. Judge Akers decided to raise their bond earlier after the prosecutor alleged that the original cash bonds were obtained through trafficking profits after the couple was able to pay a $400,000 bond for their release from jail in February, according to Metro News. Kanawha County Assistant Prosecutor Attorney Christopher Krivoniak said the couple sold an 80-acre ranch in Tonasket, Washington, for $725,000 on February 2nd. Whitefeather's brother posted a $200,000 bond to jump the couple from South Central Region Jail 3 days later. On March 28th, prosecutors said the couple sold the Sissonville home where they were arrested for $295,000. Prosecutors urged that even if the bond money came from a legitimate source, its intended use was human trafficking and forced labor. Krivoniak argued the money should be transferred from the custody of the state to a trust fund for the children. Lance and Whitefeather were taken back into custody after their bonds were raised to $500,000 each. In other words, they don't want them to get out. So, in this story, this story is quite hidden, man. These Edomites put two adopted Jake children, a boy and a girl, in slavery. Just as I read, they could not go into the main residence, and they had to sleep in a shed with no blankets, no mattresses, no running water, and all they had was a RV porta potty, and they were locked in there all day until they fed them or until they had to work. I mean, hey, man, and you Jakes out there, y'all get mad at us for hating these devils, man. Y'all actually get upset at us for saying that these devils are going into slavery under us. What do the scriptures say? It's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those that trouble you. I mean, man, and I can almost guarantee you they ain't finna report on this. You ain't gonna see vocab on this one. Shoot, let me get it more to the point. Here it is, 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God, with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. These motherfuckers actually put two Jake kids back into slavery. These Edomites, man. And they had them in deplorable conditions. This little shed. This is how much space they had in this little shed with nothing more than a porta potty. And just like they said, they were locked in 12 hours before police came, and dude didn't come until 3 hours later with one of their white kids, and then the lady didn't come till an hour later after that. They was going to be locked up in there all day. and they hadn't been fed since the morning. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 11, chapter 12 verse 10, Salakia. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. These are the same old devils that they used to be. These Edomites, all of them are the same old devils they always have been, man. And this is what they want to do to you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos, they want you back in slavery. I mean, you can read the report for yourself. You can read the whole report for yourself, man. They didn't let them in the main house. They had them locked up in the barn, and the only time that they could come out is when they were working. But they didn't treat their white kids like that. Let you know exactly what's going on. Romans 13 and 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is fulfilling of the law. Hey, so you think this is how much Esau loves you, man? They're gonna put a RV porta potty in the shed they have you locked up in. Worse yet, your kids locked up in. Ain't no telling how they're gonna have you adults, you grown niggas, man. Yet you plantation Christian niggas, y'all actually still think that they love you. This is the love they want to show you. Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Hey man, y'all niggas better stop sleeping, man. Or y'all gonna be caught up in this. I mean, we close to all hell breaking loose already. We close to the MO to the TB. And Esau is showing their colors little by little, man. They definitely want to put you in these sheds, man. And I'm going to leave it there. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kwakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, doing the work in truth and sincerity. Till the next time, Shalom.